Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the AI governance learning pathway laid out by AI Care Agents 24/7. They're a California nonprofit on a very specific and honestly a highly vital mission, guiding organizations like yours through the complex journey of AI governance. You know, if you're operating a general nonprofit, a legal aid organization, or a community clinic, you already know that adopting AI isn't just about buying some flashy new software. It's really about managing trust, protecting data, and handling immense responsibility. So today, we're laying the groundwork to do exactly that.
And this quote you're seeing right here, it's our guiding star for today's session. Move from confusion to governed action. Look, the world of artificial intelligence is evolving at literally breakneck speed. And it is incredibly easy for leadership teams to just feel paralyzed by anxiety or totally overwhelmed by conflicting advice. So our core goal today is to transform that anxiety into structured, confident action. We're going to build a practical, community-focused pathway so that your clinic or legal aid organization can harness AI safely and effectively.
Okay, let's dive right into our agenda. We'll be covering 4 things today. First, tailoring the NIST framework. Second, theory meets daily operations. Third, the legal compliance overlay. And finally, your next practical steps. Welcome to Framing 1. This brings us to Section 1, Tailoring the NIST framework. You know, a framework is truly only as good as its specific application. Today, we are tailoring the NIST AI Risk Management Framework specifically for general nonprofits. Now, NIST built this fantastic framework around 4 core functions: govern, map, measure, and manage. But let's be real, reading the official documentation can feel pretty abstract, kind of like it was written for a massive tech conglomerate, and definitely not your local clinic. The real magic happens when we actually tailor these pillars for you. Which leads us perfectly into Section 2, Theory Meets Daily Operations. So instead of talking about data governance in some theoretical vacuum, we will map the core functions, govern, map, measure, and manage, directly to the realities of handling donor data, meeting grant obligations, managing volunteer workflows, and fulfilling equity mandates. This is exactly where AI governance stops being just a theoretical exercise on a whiteboard and actually becomes a functional, living part of how you run your nonprofit every single day. Take a look at the Nonprofit RMF tailoring canvas on your screen. This canvas brilliantly shows how a broad, govern requirement translates into something highly specific, like ensuring your grant writers are transparent about using AI to draft funding proposals. I mean, if your team uses a language model to help write a grant, the govern function dictates that disclosure rules absolutely must be in place. It seamlessly bridges that gap between high-level theory and your day-to-day operations.
All right, let's shift gears to Section 3, the legal compliance overlay.
Now we have to look at the mandatory state regulations that sit right on top of that foundation we just talked about. If you operate in California or even just handle the data of its residents, you are looking at a strict compliance overlay. We're talking alphabet soup here: AB 3030, AB 489, and SB 942, alongside privacy heavyweights like CCPA and CPRA. These are absolutely not optional. But hey, here is the good news. You don't have to start from scratch. These laws are really just an overlay on the readiness stack you've already started building with your core NIST foundation. Notice how this law-to-control heat map seamlessly integrates those state requirements into your core framework. For instance, if AB 3030 requires transparency in patient communications for a clinic using AI, while the heat map shows exactly which NIST govern or ISO operation control satisfies that specific legal requirement. It's like a giant puzzle, but you already have the edge pieces. You don't need a brand new compliance program for every single new law. You just map it directly to your existing framework. And this brings us to a really crucial point: adopting this core plus overlay portfolio approach. Think of it like a multi-jurisdiction stack diagram. Your core is your tailored NIST framework. That's your solid governance foundation. The overlay is whatever local, state, or federal law happens to apply to you right now. By keeping these integrated rather than siloed off in separate departments, your AI governance program remains highly scalable and entirely manageable, no matter how much the legal landscape shifts in the coming years. Finally, let's wrap things up with Section 4, your next practical steps. I want you to take a second to evaluate your own organization's readiness right now. Ask yourself, is your AI strategy built on a scalable, durable foundation? Or are you scrambling to create new protocols from scratch every single time a new headline hits? Look,
Governance shouldn't be a constant emergency that drains your mission's precious resources. It should be a well-oiled machine operating in the background. To start customizing the framework for your own organization and build that machine, click the link in the description to download the tailored control set and the CA compliance crosswalk. This playbook is absolutely essential for proving your legal soundness to your board, your donors, and your regulators. But I want to leave you with one final provocative question to ask your leadership team today. If an AI audit happened tomorrow, would your systems reflect your nonprofit's core values, or would they expose your greatest liabilities? Download the tools and let's get to work.